Hey guys, Tim here with my new 2002 Honda Insight. It's been converted to electric, but it still has a lot of work left to do. So over the coming months, we're going to be working on just finishing this car out and getting it to where it needs to be a good, safe daily driver. Under the hood, we have a Azure Dynamics DMOC 455 2-motor controller and an Azure Dynamics LS24 something or another. I forgot the motor number, but it has a 24 and an LS in it. And then the manual transmission out of the Honda Insight. In the back, we have the battery out of a Chevy Volt. I'm going to take that out today to send it off to be inspected by I am Ian from the Insight Central forums. And while I'm there, I'm picking up a replacement hatch as the back glass of this one disappeared on the delivery over here. For the battery pack, we have no battery management system, no charging system, nothing. It's just a battery. So this is where the brunt of the project lies right now. It's just making sure we can charge it and drive it. There's a lot of work to be done with the interior, a lot of work to be done with user interface. The instrument cluster doesn't work right now. It doesn't tell me what speed I'm going, it doesn't tell me how far I've driven, and it obviously doesn't tell me any useful information about the electric system in the car. So that's going to be a project in of itself. But before we get to that, that's a creature comfort thing. I want to make sure that the vehicle is safe. So that means first priority is getting these batteries sorted out. The final thing about this car that I'm really worried about is the interior. It's all been torn out. It needs to be completely cleaned, completely gutted. It needs a lot of work done to it. It smells like a swamp and it's really off-putting. I have a lot of work ahead of me with just making it nice to drive. But it does drive right now, and that is part of the battle. So let's get started on pulling this battery out. I'm going to start with just pulling these BMS connectors off. If I can figure out how. BMS cover's pulled, we can see a little bit more of what we're working with. The next step is going to be one at a time pulling the electrical tape off the terminals. Really, I should be wearing high voltage gear on this, but I don't have any yet. That's the next thing on the to-do list, but I really got to get this project happening. That's not blood, they just soaked it in red Loctite. Alright. Really, you shouldn't be using metal tools, and I have gloves on that aren't really rated for what I'm doing. So I got to be really careful here not to touch any metal other than that bolt. And then one of the rules for working with high voltage is the pocket rule. You keep one hand in your back pocket. That way you don't have to worry as much about high voltage going across your chest. Alright, so that's loosened down. Okay. That battery terminal is now disconnected. Woo. Okay, so the batteries are now better isolated. It's still not perfect, but you know, I don't have any safety covers for these terminals. But we're getting somewhere. Next step is to undo the ratchet straps holding them in. It looks like I got to remove this battery now. Now, rumor has it this battery pack weighs 400 pounds, so this might be a little bit different. That was heavy. This next one's going to be worse. And then this final one's going to be terrible. I like this. That gives me confidence. Well, the real camera ran out of battery, so I'm on my phone for a bit. It probably looks better, but I got the hatch removed. It was surprisingly light, and now we're just going to see if I can get it in the back. The answer is, of course, no. It does not fit in the hole that it covers. It was worth a try. I guess that means I'm going to be taking a friend's car to get the replacement parts. Alright guys, sorry that I no longer have a tripod, but we got a lot of teardown done today. Just dug into it, figured out what's going on. This is my assortment of wires and ratchet straps that the batteries were fastened with. Batteries are in the back of my other Insight. And the hatch has been removed. Yeah, so I think that's a good stopping point for today. I'm just going to cover up this hole and be done with it. There's still a lot of cleaning that needs to happen, and there's mouse everywhere. So this is going to need a really in-depth cleaning, but I'm not worried about that right now. Right now, it's just get something that's good to drive. All right, thanks for watching.